All right, guys, another day, another update. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you all. Anywhere you are joining us from, say your favorite pigeon, Captain Callistus. On there, I hope so everybody they enjoy the updates. So today, the updates where I want bring come to us. I still waiting all of us. It's so many of us. Some don't know already, why some never know. It's all about the cost of becoming a pilot. Money matter, and we want yarn about it. To carry your calculator come because money is involved. So if you never reason before, say how much it always cost for person to become pilot. Carry your chair, come close, call your friends, make una sit down, listen and learn from Captain Callistus University of matter we go talk today. Mind blowing money matter. You know, say so many of us um we like good things, so just like me too. But like our normal saying goes, say good soup na money maker. So that good thing where you like, where you admire, and money na im make am, make it sweet like that, make it sharp like that. If I continue, you never subscribe to my YouTube channel, please do well to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that once updates they drop, you follow for the first people who go catch am. All right, so the matter take be. So make we reason about the whole training costs to become a pilot. So many people don't they my DM. You will say, I admire you. You are my mentor. You are this. You are that. Some will now go as far as, I beg, make you sponsor me for this pilot. I want to be pilot for my family. You know, no two guys like that. Money no day. You know, for them to push the career. Well, just like it be me during my own time, self, I know that even the reason say I go be pilot. No even they think, you know, even they my bucket list that year, say person go be pilot. And I don't even see aeroplane for I not to talk of say I dey think of to be pilot. Who dash monkey banana? But anyways, at least civilization and technology don't make the world e dey to our beck and call. Just punch your phone, anything wey you want, you go see am for inside your phone. Social media dey help things now, you know, everything just dey go viral and versatile to the reach of everybody. So at least some of us that are in the village or in the remote areas, we still have access to internet and we dey get updated with wetin dey happen all over the world. So that is why some of us, we've seen aviation, we've seen pilots, we've seen aeroplanes on the internet, and we are dreaming to be like some of us today. So to bring the whole matter to our doorstep, I will break them down how the whole flying or the whole piloting process financially will take be from beginning to the end. All right, so stay tuned, carry your popcorn, bring your drink, sit down, and let's yarn. All right, guys, so I will start by bringing it down to Nigeria, where we are, because most of us reside here in Nigeria and they try to reach out to me to know about the cost of flying school. Now, in Nigeria, we have two flying schools that can take you from CPL, from zero to CPL, commercial pilot license. It's always advisable you get to know about it so that you know what you are preparing your mind towards. The two schools we have is NCAT Zaria, that is Nigerian Civil College of Aviation and Technology, NCAT, Zaria in Kaduna State. And the second one is International Aviation College, Ilorin, Kwara State. Those are the two schools we have. NCAT is federal government owned, IAC, Ilorin state government owned. For NCAT, one of the criteria for you to get admission is that you must be a science inclined student. If you're arts inclined, your chances of getting admission with them, is slim. I don't even think they actually do, at the moment. I don't think they accept arts inclined students at the moment. Then, but for Ilorin, you can. As an arts student, you can get admission in Ilorin. But the only thing I always advise anybody that is not science inclined is that you have to double your hustle. If the person wey dey science inclined, the person is studying for like 2 times in a day, you that is art inclined, you have to study like 5 times a day, 4 to 5 times a day, so that we'll be able to measure up, especially in terms of physics, the terminologies and all that, mathematics as well. If you're good in calculation and mathematics, good for you, then geography, though geography is no longer a course in flying school, so many other things has already, the courses that you take in flying school, they have geography all over everywhere inside it. So that subject, geography per se, is not a course in the flying school. All right. So that is it for it. Then the affairs are NCAT is presently 23.5 million from zero till you finish. And the information I got is that you have to pay at once. You have to pay that sum at once before you get admission. But in a lorry, you can pay in installments. So pay as you go, you get your registration, they're done, then your ground school, you continue while you are studying, you are gathering funds and paying as it goes. All right. So that's the free leverage you have with the IAC in Lorry. All right. The two schools are good in Nigeria. Now, outside Nigeria, we have so many other schools like in Kenya, we have in Ethiopia, we have in South Africa. I think in South Africa, they have the highest number of flying schools in Africa. And these are the ones that I just, the places that I just know about. On the northern part of Africa, they will still have maybe that Morocco, Casablanca. I believe they will still have some there, but I'm really not like search around those areas. If it's typewriting organizations, where I did my own in Morocco, have for typewriting there, but we're still getting to that. All right. So they have in Kenya. If you want to study in Kenya, you can search for the aviation schools in Kenya and you get the affairs. In Ethiopia, the same. In South Africa is the ones that I know. I have a little idea about because I have a little affiliation with one of the schools there in South Africa. So their price ranges are from $40,000, $50,000, 60, 70, as the case may be. Pending. All these prices vary with schools, location, facilities, and the package they offer in general. So those are the things that differentiate the prices from each other. The one that are offering maybe is 40,000. Maybe they are not. There is a package after the CPL that they are offering. Which that they are not offering, that the ones that have it to that have their price to 70, 60,000 or 70,000 are offering or something like that. But it's always advisable you contact two to three, four, five schools to get their prices. Then you now analyze the price differences, know the one that can be affordable for you, not just being affordable, but the kind of package they offer you. Like I do advise everybody, you are going for your initials, always try to just go for the CPL first. The ATPL will come later, because some of the schools might tell you that they offer you the ATPL package. But based on my experience in the industry, if you're going for ATPL, I would advise, if you're going for ATPL, go for the frozen ATPL if you are studying in Europe. If you are studying in America, our Africa, and every other part, I advise you just go for your CPL. Because by the time you are doing that ATPL, maybe in South Africa, at the end of the day, you do your typewriting, you get jobbing with the airline, and you start flying. By the time you're growing your career, you will then see that actually what I needed is the America ATPL, FA ATPL, or the EASA ATPL. Those are the places I want to fly. So you now see that money you pay, maybe in South Africa or in Nigeria, though Nigeria, their own schools, they don't offer up to ATPL frozen. So that money you paid that time might just be a waste for you. So it's always advisable for you to do what? To just get to CPL, especially when you are not studying in Europe. If you are studying in Europe, their package comes in bulk like that you have to get to frozen ATPL. So that one is a different ballgame. But if you are doing your flying school with any other school, any other country, or location, I advise you do to your CPL. Come out from the school, go for your ATPL, save that money, use it as part of your type rating correction. Go for your type rating, get your type rating done, you get a job with an airline. From there, you can now continue your career, all right? Getting your type rating, building your hours, flying with the airlines, and by the time you get to 1,500 hours log total time, you will now be able to now decide, okay, let me go or to the remaining part of my career towards this channel, maybe FA or EASA, or you remain within, you do the ICAO ATPL, which you aside FA, EASA, the other one is the ICAO ATPL, of which everybody, even the FA and the EASA, they are still under the ICAO. But the general body is ICAO, but these countries just had their own ATPL special to them, and they held it that way. So those are just the ones that you can be able to go into and keep your career going. Remember, without the ATPL, you cannot progress from you being a co-pilot to a captain. That license is what will guarantee that when you get to the requirement of the hours by the airline for you to be upgraded to a captain, they can upgrade you to being a captain. If you don't get the license, you can never be a captain. You just remain as a co-pilot. All right, that is it for these areas. Now we stay tuned. We are going to bring to you what the cost of flying or being a pilot looks like around America and Europe. Stay tuned, guys. Please do well to do what? Subscribe. Hit that notification bell. If you have any question to ask, feel free to drop it under the comment section. All right. So to break down the expectation around America and Europe, we are here for you again. For America, for Yankee has two ways that their training goes. Those two ways are the one that you'll be flying and walking. The other one is the full-time regular flying school. This thing, they call it part 41 and part 61. If I'm not correct, please, guys that know about the Yankee aviation school. Please correct me on that. But I know they have the part 61 and part 41 or something like that. So there's that package that you fly and walk. Then the other one, you just go into the flying school proper, do the ground school. Is basically full-time training. All right. So in Yankee, it's always too easy, and not easy, but faster for you to get your training in Yankee because of, in fact, Nadia be the domain of the whole aviation. Flying is like driving keke for them. So people have aeroplanes, small aeroplane, even flying clubs all over everywhere. So you can even train in a flying club, you can train in a flying school and all that. So they have those options. But the baseline still remains that whichever course you subscribe to, you still have to pay from $100,000 and above. It will cost you from $100,000 and above. So you have to pay. You pay in installments. They don't collect you the wholesome amount from you. Not that if you pay, they won't collect you, but it's always advisable for you to pay in installments, because as you're going for flying, the amount you pay to the school, they will be deducting it, they will be reducing it per hour you fly. They will reduce the amount of money that is being charged for that hour from your bulk sum that is with them. You fly another 1 hour, they will deduct the money from your account until your money depletes and gets to zero or something. Before it gets to that, they will remind you that, okay, your money is remaining so you cannot be able to continue training after so time, blah 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 and all that. So your sponsor can pay in more money for you to continue your training till you finish. So it's always around that $100,000 and above. But have it at the back of your mind that these figures are the barest minimum that you can pay, because those figures are calculated based on you training for a particular drill and scaling through in it. Not like you coming tomorrow to repeat that drill. While you're repeating so much drills, as in programs that you're being trained on, you are repeating the amount of money you pay. So if for a particular program, let's say you are learning how to take off, you do take off for that you are supposed to learn in your second or third day of flying. You've not scaled through takeoff or maintaining heading or steep turn or medium turn or this thing. You've not scaled it. You continue repeating the drill, repeating it. Your instructor has not ticked that, from your programs that you have scaled through it. While you're repeating the program, you are repeating your money. So if you intend to say, okay, make I just go this training, hit and once, you have to do what? You have to be smart with your training and your drills and catch everyone immediately. Your instructor is teaching you that you do both chair flying and all these ones now later talks for other these things. When we'll be talking about how the whole flying training works. We will do what? We'll be putting all those ones like a steep turn, blah blah blah, and all that. But the main point is make sure that anytime you go for your training, that you are prepared. You've done chair flying. You are prepared that I'm getting this done today, and I must scale through it, so that my instructor won't tell me tomorrow that I still have this training to do again. Because the more you are doing, the more you're repeating the program, like I said, the more you're repeating the money. So that's at the end of the day, that target amount of $100,000 that you are expecting, that is what you will pay. Might get to $150,000, depending. So that is just it. That is it for US. Then in addition to this, for that US and some other flying schools, I always advise people, when you are in flying school and you are under an instructor, and that instructor you feel that is not giving you what you are, is not really giving you the training the way you want it. Now your money, now your license, now your training, e better for you make you complain to the school. It's always advisable for you to complain to the school that, please, can you please change this my instructor for me, especially when you repeat a particular drill for 2 3 times. If not, if you just keep quiet sitting down there, it might end up that your instructor will just be milking you, because it doesn't have anything to lose. If you show him that you are an oil well that he will come and be scooping every day, he will just do the basic training that he has to do for you. If you, whether you get it or not, tomorrow you come and repeat it and you still pay him his money. All right. So it's always advisable when you feel that you are not really getting the technique for the training the way you are supposed to get it, or maybe you are really not understanding it from this particular instructor. I always advise people, try as much as possible in the most polite way to seek, bring it to the knowledge of the school. Let them change an instructor for you, so you try another hand, because the way Mr. A teaches and the way Mr. B teaches are two different ways. So they will definitely, maybe the way Mr. A is teaching you for this particular drill is different from the way Mr. B will teach it, and is that pattern or technique of Mr. B and him go scale you through that particular drill where you they have issues with. All right. So it's always advisable for you to ask questions as well from your fellow students, the people that are ahead of you, that have encountered such problems and all that, because at the end of the day, it's still your pocket that will cry for it. All right. All these amounts we are talking about, your accommodation, your feeding, your transportation are not involved. They are not included in it. It's just the flying school. All right, the flying itself. Okay, so that is it for it. For Europe, like I made mention earlier, for Europe is their package comes with the ATPL frozen. So if you're going to Europe to do your own training, you should be looking around 120, 130, 140 thousand euros, upwards. Theirs comes with the full package of the ATPL frozen. The ATPL frozen means that you will get the ATPL theoretical aspect. For instance, if you look here, you will see these books. This is numbered 1 to 14. These books are the ATPL books. So these books is the courses. This number 1 is air law, 2 is airframe and systems, 3 is electrics and electronics, 4 is power plant, instruments, mass and balance performance, meteorology, human performance and limitation, general navigation, all the way. These are the 14 books that you will have to write the exams on, the 14 of them. Okay, it's the same with ICAO too. This was the one I used in my listing. Some of them are not here. I used during my flying school. These ones here. These ones are the ones that I used during my ATPL, when I did my ATPL with NCAT Zaria. So for IASA, they will train you that these exams that I wrote when I was doing my ATPL with NCAT Zaria, they will train you that you will do those exams with them in line with that your CPL. So it will be like the theoretical aspect, you are done with it. So the practical aspect, to unfreeze that your ATPL, you have to go with the ATPL frozen, do your type rating, get job with the, with the airlines. Now start your flying. As you are flying, you're building your hours. Once you accumulate up to 1,500 hours, you can now go back to maybe the school or any of the simulator facilities. You negotiate with them and you do any approved simulator facility though, and they will do the check ride for the ATPL to unfreeze it on your license. That is when they will now give you the license and you get your full ATPL. All right, so that is it for Europe. So when you're subscribing for the Europe package, You are subscribing all the way to their ATPL frozen. And that is the cost I mentioned earlier, is the cost for you to get your initial training till your ATPL, with your ATPL frozen from Europe. All right. So that is it for America and Europe. If you're going towards Asia, like I said earlier, check for the school you want to go into. Middle East as well. Check for the school you want to go into, and get what the cost is all about. But basically, within us, our Africa, America, Europe, those are mostly the basic places that we go. Then Canada as well. Canada, I think Canada own is up to around 130 or 140,000 Canadian dollars for you to get up to their CPL. All right, so just related to that of America, they are closed. They are closed. Both of them are closed. The Transport Canada Civil Aviation and FAA, Federal Aviation Administration of America, they are closely related. I think when you get, if you train in Canada and get their, let's say their ATPL, it's just a written exams you need to do for you to transit to FAA license, something like that. The same way, if you have the FAA to get the Canadian own, it's just a written exam that you just need to do, or the practical, something like that. Or whichever way, the two of them are quite similar to each other. If you are going to the Asia or Middle East, do inquiry about the particular school you want to go to. They will give you their prices, and if that suits you as well, you can go there. But whichever way, always remember, aside ESR, I advise just do your CPL and save the remaining part of those ATPL that those schools might be talking to you about for your type rating. All right, that is it for it. Stay tuned. We are coming to the cost of type rating with on the simulators for you to be able to secure a job as fast as possible with the airlines. All right, so to continue and to the last part of the cost of you becoming a pilot is the part that you've now graduated from flying school. Good, fantastic, congratulations. The next level now waiting, master's degree. Another master's degree, now you go use get job for airlines as fast as possible. Some people go ask, what if I no get them? Like I've been not talking for my previous video when I was talking about the steps for you to become a pilot. If you've not really listened to that video, actually, drop it under the comment section. We'll send you the link. I'll drop the link for you to listen to those steps for you to become a pilot. So like I was saying there, that if you don't have a type rating, it's not that you won't get a job. You can get a job, but only if the airline decides that they will type rate you. So by that, your chances of getting a job is quite slim. In fact, let me use Nigeria as an example. If you don't have type rating in Nigeria now, don't even near the airlines, unless maybe you are sure that you have the funds for you to go for the type rating. You can now go and say, okay, let me go for interview with this airline. If they now ask me if I have type rating, I will tell them that, okay, I'm ready to go do my type rating if you're willing to give me a job. Which I advise people as well. It's a good strategy for you to go for the interviews with the airlines when you have your funds for the type rating available. To give you a good edge. Why I say to give you a good edge is, instead of you finishing flying school and immediately going for type rating, then you come back and look for a job. It's always advisable, take a breath, keep that money for type rating, come back to your country, let's say Nigeria, for example, go to the airlines and seek for employment. Any of the airlines that now decides, okay, that they will give you employment if you have type rating, you can now tell them, okay, please, what if you give me a provisional employment? I go and do my typewriting and come back, then you accept me as your full staff. Can that option be obtainable from you? If they tell you on the interview panel, just embrace it with, they tell you yes, embrace it and hold on to it as if you've gotten an employment. All right, then let them give you that provisional employment letter. If they give it to you, you go home, plan for your typewriting, go do your typewriting immediately, come back, then you drop your license with them, and they will now employ you fully as their staff. All right. Other than you just doing your typewriting immediately after flying school, and the duration of your typewriting will start to run immediately. So it's always good if you have the funds, keep it, go for interviews, get the job, go do your typewriting, and your typewriting will start to read immediately, other than you having your typewriting expire in your hands where you've not gotten a job. Because typewritings last for 2 years. So if, let's say, you finish from flying school and do your typewriting and there is no airline to employ you on the immediate, you'll see that that typewriting will just remain in your pocket. 1 year will pass, 2 years, it's expired. If you go to the airline, they will tell you, no, that it's expired already, and you have to do a full typewriting again. All right. So this strategy, I advise people on that, and it has really worked for so many people. So put it into consideration. All right. So for that typewriting, it varies based on aircraft type, country of AT or the training organization, what again, competition amongst other training organizations around the country that you're going to. So many variables will make the prices to fluctuate. Not really fluctuate, but the differences might just be a difference of $1,000 or $500 or something like that. All right. And again, the comprehensive package of the training, the total package of the training, things that they are offering you both on ground school, on all that. Some will do up to firefighting, ditching training, evacuations, and all that, depending on the whole package that you are subscribing for. Those are the things that will make the prices for the typewriting to vary. Okay, but let me use for instance, in Nigeria we have aircrafts that are prevalent, like the 145. So many of our people go to South Africa and to the United States to do the typewriting. The cost range is within 11 or $12,000 to $15,000 for the 145, Embraer 145. For the 737, it ranges within, no, sorry, the Embraer 145 ranges within $15,000 to $18,000. For the 737 Classic, it ranges within that $11,000 to $15,000. If you're going for the NG ranges within that 15 to 20 something thousand dollars. That's the new generation of the 737. Then if you're going for the Max, that one is, maybe $25,000 to $30,000. All right. So those are the price ranges for at least these two variables. The other ones, the CRJ, maybe if you contact the training facilities, they will know about that. The Embraer 190s as well, they will know, they will give you the price ranges, but at least just have at the back of your mind that this is what you are expecting to get for you to go do your typewriting and come back. All right. Whether we don't have in Nigeria, we have in South Africa, I think we have in Ethiopia, so many in US, Europe, Asia, and all that. So depending on the school you want to go or the country you want to go do your typewriting. Do your typewriting, come back, and good enough for you. If you secure a job, then you start to build your career. But remember, all these prices that we mentioned, transportation are excluded, feeding excluded, accommodation excluded. All right. So whatever price you get here is exclusive of these ones that I mentioned now, and other mended that you might be needing when you are going through your training. All right. So that is it, guys. If you get any question on this, please drop it under the comment section so that when I see it from there, we could reason together. It bring more updates. They come on our way. I still love you guys, Captain Callistus, always.